Hey, so this is another day, and today we will talk about what you should really be doing. And the answer to that question is that you should do what makes you happy. That is one thing, and you should also definitely do something that also makes you money and sustains yourself. And if these two can be the same thing, then I think you're in luck. Then that's the best thing to do because that thing also makes you happy. You're also enjoying that, but that is also making you money. So that's the best thing that you can find. So try to find that thing for yourself. What's something that you really enjoy doing and that you can also be paid for? Okay, once you find that thing, that's your thing. That's something that you can do for life. You will never feel like working, and you'll also make a lot of money. Okay, so try to find that thing and do that thing. That is what will make you happy, and that is what will help you lead a happy life. Okay, see you later. So today we will read this blog about decision making. Hemingway, a lost suitcase, and the recipe for stupidity. The best intentions are no match for havoc caused by stress, sadness, and unusual circumstances. Even though we know these things can negatively impact our decision making abilities, we override the caution needed to combat them with faith and rationality. This failure is this failure to recognize our national vulnerabilities affects everyone. In December 1922, it resulted in a lost suitcase that changed Ernest Hemingway's life. Hemingway, then 23, wrote fiction at night while covering the Lausanne Peace Conference on assignment for the Toronto Daily Star. Married the year before, Hemingway missed his wife, Elizabeth Hadley Richardson, back in Paris. He asked her to join him in Lausanne. This unwind resulted in all of Hemingway's work ending up in a suitcase. I have long held that stupidity is very largely the result of fear lending to mental inhibitions. It's unclear whether Hemingway asked Hadley to bring his work so he could show it to an editor who had taken an interest in him, or she brought it for another reason. Perhaps she thought he'd want to work on something over the Christmas break and wanted to give him all the options. Whatever the reason, the intentions were good. Hadley believed in Hemingway's talent as a writer, and she was financially supporting them so he could pursue his artistic goals. Sick at the time, Hadley managed to pack everything she could find, including the originals, the carbon copies, and all handwritten notes for a novel in progress, into a single suitcase. When she arrived at Paris's Gare de Lyon, a porter offered to take her bags to her compartment. Right before the train was to depart, Hadley realized the journey would be long and rushed off the train to purchase a bottle of Evian. Leaving the bags momentarily unattended, the suitcase was gone. When she came back, devastated, she cried for the entire 8-hour train ride. Unaware of the loss, Hemingway waited for his wife at Lausanne station. When she arrived in tears, he said nothing warranted such sadness. Whatever was bothering her could be worked out together, he assured her. Hadley finally told him what had happened. Laughing, Hemingway told her not to worry because he had carbon copies of all of his writings. Hadley could barely bring herself to tell him that those too were lost. In disbelief, he rushed back to Paris in his memoir of those years, unmovable fears. He recounted, it was true, all right, and I remember what I did in the night after I met myself into the flat and found it was true. All his work was lost. At this point, Hemingway wasn't the Hemingway we know today. None of his fiction had been published. Only two very short stories remained in Paris, up in Michigan, which Gertrude Stein had called unpublishable, and My Old Man, which was out with an editor at the time in a way that would make Marcus Aurelius proud rather than give up. Hemingway found an interesting way to adapt to the reality of the situation. With the pressure of time, Hemingway shifted his writing style to shorter sentences, clearer paragraphs, and more readable prose. He could write faster this way. 4 years later, The Sun Also Rises would be published and become a bestseller. The lessons we can draw from Hemingway are obvious. It's a classic story of struggling artist who had a setback but overcomes it to achieve huge success. Disney created a multi-billion-dollar company on the back of stories like this one, but almost everyone misses the lessons hiding in plain sight offered by Hadley. And when it comes to avoiding catastrophic errors, we should pay close attention. Most of us are not chronically stupid. We make many good decisions and accomplish some amazing things, but we commit acts of stupidity once in a while, usually when we fail to recognize how certain variables are making us vulnerable. Stupidity is not the opposite of intelligence, my friend. Adam Robinson has perhaps the best definition of stupidity I've come across, defining it as the overlooked or dismissing conspicuously crucial information. Quote, stupidity is overlooking or dismissing crucial information, unquote. There are some things you should know about stupidity. Stupidity is easier to see in others than ourselves. Stupidity is easier to recognize the farther we are from the act, and stupidity is stubbornly difficult to see in the moment, often only becoming apparent when the outcome is known. This is why it is important to recognize what the variables are that increase the chances of us doing something stupid. Stress, being tired, being in an unusual situation. These are all things that make us vulnerable to stupidity. So that is the blog, and there's some more story to go to. I'll put the link in the description to read the full of it. I'm going to read the full after this screen recording gets, because there's a limit to the screen recorder. I don't have the paid version to it, but this is definitely an interesting story. That stupidity is okay. We can be stupid sometimes. Everyone is stupid sometimes. Don't don't go hard on yourself for it. You make a lot of good decisions, so look for ways to overcome stupidity. When you make some a wrong decision, make a mistake, try to look around ways to fix it, and there are always ways to fix it, like Hadley did. So that's the story for today. That was the day from my side. It was pretty productive. I worked on the important things. I did not work a lot, but I made some good headway on some important things. So that's a good thing. I'll see you tomorrow with another vlog. Bye bye.